lead by one. Trae Young's going to do it. Here he goes. Blocked by Chandler. Lakers win it. Tyson Chandler.
Subscribe to the channel and comment down below saying I subscribe to enter this month's shoutout giveaway. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Sports Crazies. Finding consistency in the NBA is one of the most difficult things to achieve, as you need a lot of mental strength as much as you need a strong body in order to find ways to contribute and do your job regardless of the environment that surrounds you. With that said, here are 9 NBA players who fell off hard. Number 1, Tyson Chandler. Tyson Chandler was a fierce lockdown defender and an elite rim protector, and a key element in the Dallas Mavericks title run just 1 year before winning the Defensive Player of the Year in his first season as the New York Knicks starting big man.
This has been an unbelievable run. 31 years it takes for the franchise. In your first season, they needed to sign you sooner.
Yeah, it was a special season. It's been unbelievable. The fans have been unbelievable.
Sadly, he's not even seeing any playing time at all on a rebuilding Phoenix Suns team, and he's lost most of his physical presence after a couple of seasons. And if he doesn't get bought out soon, it's pretty safe to assume that his NBA career is nearly coming to an end. Number 2, Rajon Rondo. Rajon Rondo was one of the best two-way point guards in the league during his Boston Celtics stint.
Buck winding down the third. Rondo. Oh, no, he didn't. No, he didn't.
And one of the most important pieces in their championship run with his crafty playmaking and lockdown defense before suffering a season-ending injury. After wandering around and playing for the Kings, Mavs, and Bulls, it seems like Rondo has finally settled down with the Pelicans, but the troublemaker is still far behind his former self, looking careless and effortless in the defensive end of the floor, while his shooting stroke seems more and more broke with time. Number 3, Joakim Noah. Not so long ago, Joakim Noah was one of the most hard-nosed defenders in the league.
DeRozan with a running rebound and a full head of steam going at Noah.
And the ultimate leader of the Chicago Bulls, putting a lot of heart, hustle, and great plays in both ends of the floor, and even running the team's offense at times. Sadly, ever since being traded to the New York Knicks, his career took a major toll, playing at the worst level of his career before suffering an injury and even being suspended. Now, following an altercation with his coach, he's not going to play once again in the NBA unless he gets bought out. Number 4, Bobby Simmons. Bobby Simmons, aka Chinese Food, had a hell of a season in 2004 and 2005 with the Los Angeles Clippers after a failed 2-year stint with the Washington Wizards.
I don't like D'Antoni. I thought that were elbows. Watch the elbows with Simmons. See right there?
Starting 74 games and playing over 37 minutes a night. Simmons won the Most Improved Player award after he averaged 16.4 points, 5.9 rebounds, 2.5 assists, and 1.4 steals per game. And due to his ability to play both forward spots and even as a shooting guard, everybody thought he was going to be a stud. Sadly, an ankle injury took a major toll in his game, and he was never able to be the same. Number 5, Larry Sanders.
Mute leaves it for Sanders and gets 2.
Larry Sanders looked poised to become one of the league's most dominant defensive-minded big men, but struggles with marijuana, substance abuse, and depression made him leave a lot of money on the table, up to the point where he retired for a full season. Now he's not even part of an NBA roster, and everybody hopes he's just healthy and happy. But it's such a shame that all his talent went to waste after he averaged 9.8 points, 9.5 rebounds, and 2.8 blocks a game during the 2012 and 13 seasons. Number 6, Joe Alexander. Few players pulled off the transition from pre-draft sensation to NBA afterthought more seamlessly than Joe Alexander. In a solid junior year at West Virginia, Alexander wowed scouts with his athleticism and explosiveness. With high expectations to match his high ceiling, the Milwaukee Bucks made Alexander the 8th pick in the 2008 NBA draft, hoping to help the forward refine his physical gifts. However, those gifts simply did not translate it to the next level, where Alexander was too unpolished to ever be a factor. He came off the bench for 59 games as a rookie before the Bucks sent him to the D-League a year later, save for 8 miserable games with the Chicago Bulls after being thrown into a John Salmon Hakeem Warwick swap. Alexander has not sniffed an NBA court since. Number 7, Devin Harris.
5 left in the quarter, half court heave, Devin Harris.
Devin Harris was actually a very solid player early on, but it wasn't until the 2008 and 2009 campaign that he finally broke out as one of the league's most prominent scorers, even making it to the All-Star game due to his outstanding play for the New Jersey Nets. Harris put up a career-high average of 21.3 points, 3.3 rebounds, 6.9 helpers, and 1.7 steals a game on 43% shooting, starting all 69 games and playing over 36.1 minutes. Sadly, he was never able to live up to the expectations, and his numbers would really diminish ever since. Number 8, Andrea Bargnani. Andrea Bargnani is still getting paid big bucks to prove how wrong those Dirk Nowitzki comparisons were.
Nowitzki was 7 of the last 9 for Dallas, battling underneath, denied by Bargnani.
The prospect, once known as Il Mago, was supposed to give the Toronto Raptors what Dirk is for the Dallas Mavericks, a matchup nightmare of a big man who could produce both around the basket and beyond the arc. He turned out to be a decent three-point shooter, but the rest of Bargnani's game is a mess. Though he kept growing, he never bulked up enough to compete on the interior at the highest level. That's how he ended up with a 2006 first overall pick who can't defend and averages 4.8 rebounds per game for his career. This isn't a case of unjust hype for a poorly scouted product. Bargnani had all the tools to be the next Dirk, he just busted. Number 9, Al Jefferson.
Nice finish. Yeah, nothing to do but go to work.
Al Jefferson had one of the sickest post moves and footwork in the league and was a walking double-double with the Boston Celtics, Utah Jazz, and Charlotte Hornets. But ever since joining the Indiana Pacers, he's barely touching the NBA hardwood, despite still being quite capable of putting nice numbers for a contender. Of course, Big Al is already 33 years old, but his kind of skill set would fit perfect for a team as the Cavs or Spurs, being kind of like their David West, especially considering he has no place on a rebuilding team looking to develop their young players. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.